No. No! Okay. No. No! Damn it. Yep. Shit. There she goes. Oh, Christ. Right for the gut pile. Yep. The upper. Come. Ooh. Only hope I've got is digging in my treat pocket. Oh. Well, now I know for sure. Come on, you can do this easily. You think that's fun? I've been on an emotional roller coaster for the last 12 hours. Last night, when she was on the love seat, we were watching TV. I saw her get up from the love seat a couple times, try to turn around and walk down to the other end. Yeah, you want love and forget it. I'm not in a lovey mood. And she looked like she was having some trouble turning around and negotiating a love seat. And then she went to get down from the love seat. Oh, she couldn't hardly walk. She could hardly walk either, also, too. And then I knew something, oh my God. Her arthritis trauma is back. with a vengeance. We were just out yesterday running in the woods. I didn't see her pee just now while we were out, so she wanted to come out to go after gut pile. Yeah, you're the topic of conversation here. You are. Ah, damn it. Don't you hate it when you wake up in the morning and you're thinking your normal everyday thoughts, and then you suddenly remember, oh my God, is she even going to be able to get out of her kennel this morning? Well, she did. I was making the fire, began to hear sounds like that, and yeah, I looked around behind me and she was edging her way into the living room here. Good. At least she's mobile for another few hours. Yeah, I know, it's different. What the hell am I doing to you, huh? That was an event this morning I do not want to repeat. Crashing through the little trees, trying to get to her, tripping over a branch. Oh, you'll see it. In fact, you've already seen it. Yeah, heading down the driveway. And she's getting sent. No, you're not going there. In fact, this is as far as we go, right here. You can stick your muzzle in the air all you want. Delicious aromas of offal. Offal. I don't like living like this. Having to live like this, Suki. Yeah. You're still my sweetheart. Come on. Come on. Does not help at all that she can't hear. She doesn't understand. All she understands are scents on the wind. Track them down. Eat the goal. Yeah, sweetie. This is what's known as a real love-hate relationship. Most of the time it's complete love, but I think about gun violence, and if I had had a handgun on me this morning, that's how people get shot and killed, in a moment of absolute hideous anger. Bang! That's permanent. Oh, sweet. That's why I wouldn't want to have a handgun. People get killed. 5 minutes later, you think, oh my God, what have I done? I can't take it back. I'm sorry. What a nightmare. I am very aware of feeling pressure with her, that things aren't Things aren't working the way they used to. Her inability to hear, you get used to it, you know, well, what am I going to do? You just accept it and move on. But I am aware constantly that she can't hear me. And watching video clips from a month ago where we're walking along and I could just say something to her and she'd turn and look. Not anymore. Oh. I'm gonna make a frozen lots of matzo pizza for lunch. I splurged yesterday and bought 2 of them. Oh, they are really, really good. Yeah. Not for you, ha ha ha. I've sucked up another, couple dozen ladybugs. And right now, with the bright, warm sun pouring in through the west windows, they are coming out of hiding. But I'm really glad I started using the dust buster. Now I don't have to smush them. I'd like to cut off the overhanging matzo cheese and put it back on the pizza, because if I don't, I lay this on the oven rack, and if I don't trim off the excess cheese hanging over the edge, it drips down. And I lose it. I add lots and lots of these charmers. Can't get too much for me, and since I'm the only one going to eat this, this provides me 3 meals. I roughly take 1/3 each time. I did calculus on that to figure that out. Come on. Look at that beautiful low mid-afternoon sun. It's really fun to watch the changing angles of the sun and it hitting areas that don't get hit 6 months from now. You get into the evening, or, well, sundown time, and you get sun shining in angles that you don't see very often. No, that's not one. Envy. Apple. And the other half goes for my next meal. I have been reusing and reusing and reusing Ziplocs. God, I think of all the Ziplocs I wasted through the years. One use and throw them away. Oh my God, what? No. One of the best things about this pizza is the crunchy, crispy edges. Yeah. Well, that better be it. We had a rough night last night, Suki and me. I woke up at 2 o'clock to her pacing, endlessly walking back and forth and back and around and around. And after 5 or 10 minutes of this, of her not settling down, I thought, well, she's got to go outside. So I got up and turned on the light, and she was finally, she had laid down in the doorway into the bedroom where I've got a little rug. Why is she laying there? What is going on? Well, I coaxed her up. She was able to stand and she was able to walk. Picked her up and put her on the bed with me. I thought if there's any place on earth she would most like to be, it's on the bed with me. Okay. Got the book out and I read for 15 minutes, and then I realized that she was fidgeting. She wasn't settling down, just laying and going off to sleep. She was in almost constant motion. Okay, maybe, okay, so I put the book down, turned off the light. She continued to fidget. She's not settling down. Got up, got out here in my underwear, began to build a fire. I don't know what else to do. We needed a fire, but not at 2:15 in the morning. At any rate, I built the fire, decided, well, I'm up for the day. Went and got dressed, took her out for her morning pee. Well, by now it's 3 o'clock or so. I didn't put the leash on her. I just thought, no, we don't need the leash. Just going out to piddle like we do every morning. But I went out with her, and she did not head over to the side driveway south of the house. She just immediately angled right down the driveway. That's the direction of the field that had the gut piles. And I'm walking behind her 6-8 feet. She's not walking that fast. She can't walk that fast. But she's beginning to go faster and faster and faster, and before long she's 30 feet ahead of me, and I'm walking faster and faster thinking, oh, she is heading for the field. She's not heading to go poo or pee. She's intent on going to the field. It's all conjecture. I haven't been able to ask her and get an answer. And I'm beginning to panic. It's dark out. There is almost a full moon, thank God for that. And I'm walking faster to catch up to her. Fortunately, she stops to pee, and I can catch up to her and get a hold of her collar. I let her finish peeing, and then I turn her around and we head back to the house. What sort of psychological obsession is this? Is this all caused by her wanting to get to the field and the gut piles? Or is this fueled by somehow her knees and the arthritis and the pain she's in? Got back in the house. I don't remember what I did then. I think I brushed my teeth. I got the Mac started and made coffee, and then went upstairs to work. I think I picked her up and put her on the love seat, but she promptly got down and laid right on the floor here. Okay. Around 7, when it was light enough out, I came down and I gave her breakfast. Then we went out, her on the leash. I'm not going to hardly let her outside at all anymore, ever, off leash. We were out for 10 minutes, came back in, and up I went back to work. It is windy. You'll probably hear it. It's been going on since 5 o'clock this morning, before it was light, way before it was light. And up in the loft and just hearing, whoa, here we go, all of a sudden, wham. And it's escalated ever since. There's times I'm sure a tree is going to fall in the house. There aren't any trees from the northwest, so we're okay. But, oh my God, how does the house even keep standing in that kind of wind, this kind of wind? Patience. I live with a person who likes to eat roadkill, dead animals, garbage, out in the wild. And I say the word person because that's what we think of our dogs, living with them day after day and year after year. They are a member of the family, as we've all heard. And this person that we love dearly and we interact with, we relate to, we have so many unsaid movements. We know the routine. She's at my feet here. She knows the routine. Everything about our day is compartmentalized into, we know each other exactly. And her losing her hearing, God, it's a good thing that we have established for years. Not trying to do it, just by osmosis. We both learn each other, and so this is a person I'm living with who goes out on her own, takes off, and eats garbage. Fresh, raw, offal. Offal. It's awful. And we just went for a walk. When she begins to pant without exertion, that's the sign that she needs to poo. She hasn't peed for a while either, so okay. Got all dressed up. Unlike this morning, I went out without my vest on. Got hers on and totally forgot mine. The second time in 2 days. Fortunately, Dennis and his family are done and gone. At any rate, we got dressed up and went out. We were out for 20 minutes. We walked mostly everywhere except down the driveway. And she doesn't seem to be able to poo or pee very readily on leash. But she's extremely sensitive to any resistance on the leash. She turns and looks at me or stops. She understands, and I haven't taught her that. She's never on the leash. Only time she's on the leash is when we go to the vet. When we got back, coming up from the north, through the north meadow and into the front yard here, she was raring to go, heading southwest to the driveway, and then it's going to be down the driveway and into the field to eat garbage. I took her about 10 yards down the driveway, hoping that would instigate a poo now. But she was pulling on the leash. Oh. So I thought, wouldn't it be interesting if I set up the GoPro out there next to one of the gut piles, turned it on, and hurried back to the driveway where she would be tied up and waiting for me. Where's she going to go being tied up? And if I unleashed her and said, okay, and let her go, to see what she would do with that pile of offal. I'll never know. So the word patience, and I hope this is helpful to you because it's something that I've been through and I've learned, like we all do the hard way oftentimes. That's what learning is. This is my third dog. First dog was a golden retriever, 1980. Got her as a 12-week-old, 8-week-old puppy. I only have one instance that I remember to the day I die of her. We were out in the woods on a forest road, and I had stopped the car for some reason. She rode in the back seat, and I got out to look for, I got her out of the car and had her sit just behind me while I had to rummage on the floor. No, stop. She's licking my hand with affection. She's liking this lecture. You know, golden retrievers, they're very docile, willing and wanting to do whatever you want. Dogs get mixed signals, or they mistake signals sometimes that are completely, they're doing exactly what they think they want you to do. They think you want them to do. Cutting to the chase, I was sort of out of the way, and she misunderstood something and jumped into the car, into the back seat. It was a two-door. And I had a fit of rage. Why? I was just annoyed by something. And I reached her collar and I pulled her out backwards onto the ground outside, and she landed on her back, and she scrambled to get up. What a humiliation to me and her. The second dog was a golden retriever also. Both of these were unlicensed or unregistered. They didn't have papers, but they were full blood. The one thing I did with her, I got a shock collar back in the days when I had money to buy unnecessary things. And I owned a business downtown, and we would go for a walk every day. Her off leash. She knew how to heel, and she heeled very well. But we would get toward the edge of town. She got startled by something, and she took off running across a road at a crossroads and continued down a few hundred yards. And I thought, I got the shock collar, and well, that made her run even faster away from me. She didn't know what was going on. It hurt. It was awful. It was torture, punishment. And I was glad to be able to do that. I show her who's boss. Well, then comes the regret. And that was 25 years ago, and I've never forgotten it. How the fit of rage can get us to do things that we lose all sense. We are totally focused on, I'm gonna, Well, she came back. I found her. I don't know any more than that, but all right. Years later, here's Suki, and she's hobbled. She's doing poorly. And I am so aware of being gentle with her, being patient with her. Do not get exasperated with her. It's not her fault. Dogs have no capacity for evil and meanness. Well, most dogs, I guess pit bulls that are trained to fight, that's a different thing. But I'm talking about dogs genetically in general. That isn't part of their makeup. I know that now. And I don't want to regret ever again abusing a dog, a beloved dog. I hope whoever hears this and considers it will maybe save them some regret also. Okay. There's 100 things I'm going to think of that I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, this morning, I've already told you about what we did this morning, how it went. We had a nap on the bed, and after 10 minutes I said, this isn't going to happen. So I got up and left her on the bed. I always do that. You get up from my nap and just let her be. And she always gets down of her own accord. I go up in the loft and get to work, and she always, of her own accord, after 15 minutes, 5 minutes, gets down and comes out here and gets up on the love seat and everything's good. Well, this morning she didn't. She just lounged on the bed. Okay, well, that's fine. She's totally welcome to do that. Half an hour later, I heard her whining. Oh, okay. She can't get down by herself. She can get off the love seat, but that's lower. She couldn't jump down from the bed. So, okay, I went in and lifted her down. But this is the kind of changes to our way of life now, the last, well, really since June. But has been pretty much back to normal. I don't do the ball with her. Won't do that. Talk about regret. If she had a heavy, hard workout, which she would love, and then an hour later for the next, maybe the rest of her life, she wouldn't be able to walk, and the rest of her life wouldn't last very long if she can't walk.